Okay, if you're interested in getting a British passport, one of the easiest ways to do it, if you're not marrying a national or look at the ancestry option, is to get citizenship through a British overseas territory, which Anguilla is, to my determination, is going to be the best one to get. I think you'll get things done quicker there than the other options that you got. Some of them are very remote that you go to. The Montserrat program right now for residency has been closed down. They're reevaluating that one. And there is no termination period or determinable period that you would actually reside to get the passport. So you'd be wasting your time trying to go with that option now. The best one with Anguilla, they've got a well-defined program. And this can work very well if you're wanting to get a British passport and you don't have to move to the UK and you want to literally pay no income taxes up to that point in time. Now, there is some substantial costs that are involved, which I'm going to go over with you. Also, folks, if you want to legally get around high income taxes and how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button, the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And number 2 is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And if you want more information, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. All right, let's look at the requirements on the investment options to get the Anguilla residency that leads up to citizenship. Now, this program requires an applicant to make a significant financial investment into the country in return for permanent residency rights for the applicant and his or her family. Permanent residency in Anguilla is an attractive option for persons who wish to make Anguilla their second home. Additionally, permanent resident status is a pathway to becoming a British overseas citizen, also called the Botc, and subsequently, shortly afterwards, a British citizen. Now, to qualify for residency, the applicant must be over 18 years of age and meet the due diligence requirements and select one of the following 2 options. You can make a non-refundable donation to the Commonwealth Capital Development Fund, also called the CDF, starting from $150,000, or you can purchase or construct real estate on the island valued at $750,000, including the value of the land on which the home is located. Now, let's look at the contribution on this. Now, the Capital Development Fund, also called the CDF, has been established by the government of Anguilla for the purpose of financing public sector projects to grow, develop, and diversify the economy. The CDF contribution for a single applicant is $150,000 US dollars, and then it's $50,000 for the spouse and $50,000 for all the dependents. Now, candidates applying under the CDF option must pay the contribution within 30 days of receiving the approval in principle letter from the Select Anguilla agency. Now, let me give you an example of the actual cost that's involved. You're going to have legal and professional fees on top of this, so that will vary depending on who you use. But the contribution to the CDF is $150,000. This is for a single applicant. I'm going to give you here. The due diligence fees is $7,500 US, and then you're looking at the application processing fee is $3,000. And by the way, too, that will cover up to a family of 4 on that. And then you got the subtotal, which is $160,500 US. Now, upon successful payment of the contribution and through due diligence review of the applicant and family members, a residence card will be issued. All right, now there is another option here, which is the real estate option. And there's also another option on top of this, but I don't like the other option. It actually costs more long-term that you're funding out, so I'm not even bringing that out. I don't think anybody would even want it. But let's go over the real estate option. I'm going to show you basically how that works, and this might be more appealing to you because you're paying out less in total overall fees. So the way this works is you got a real estate option, and this real estate option, to qualify for the residency in Anguilla, under this option, an applicant must buy or construct an approved real estate on the island valued at the time of application at the minimum of $750,000 US dollars. And this is including the value of the land on which the home is located. Now, this level of investment qualifies a family up to 4 persons for permanent residency. Additionally, dependents are eligible for permanent residence for an additional investment of USD $100,000 per person. The property must not be sold within 5 years of the date of purchase. Upon receiving approval in principle, the applicant has 60 days to make the real estate investment, if not already completed, and then present proof of ownership to the agency, and then a resident card will be issued. Now, I'm going to give you an example. This is not for a family of one, but this is a family of four. If you would have to invest $750,000 for the property, and then you got for the main applicant, the main application fee is $25,000, and then you got an application processing fee of $3,000, and then $7,500 for the due diligence. So the total would be $798,000 total. Now, I think what you're going to have to view is, which one are you going to, do you want to pay more money in fees, or do you want to have a house and maybe pay less in fees? You have to make that determination. But the key thing that I like about this program is you can literally live in Anguilla, and it is income tax free, so you can literally live there and not have to pay taxes at all, income taxes, and then apply for the British passport after a time period. Now, the way it works is once the British passport's applied for, it's a matter of weeks. However, after 1 year period of getting the British overseas territory passport, the client applies for naturalization as a British citizen, and that takes a few months. So once the person gets the BOTP, then one ought to apply to be naturalized as a British citizen, and that takes up to 1 year. Now, after the residency card is issued, the person has to live in Anguilla for 5 years to qualify for the BOTP. This is a requirement of the British Nationality Act, which cannot be waived. During that 5-year period, the person cannot spend more than 450 days outside the island, and not more than 90 days during the 12-month period during or prior to the applying for the British Overseas Territory Passport. Now, the person will qualify, and therefore, once the person has no criminal record, especially in Anguilla, then the grant of the British Overseas Passport is automatic. Now, once the person applies for this British Overseas Passport, how long does it usually take to get it? It's just a matter of weeks. I mean, this is how quick it is. So you're looking at pretty much a little over 6 years to get this passport, and then you can apply for the British passport. You got to wait approximately 1 year for that, and then you can apply for the British passport itself. If you want to know more on this, folks, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos automatic as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.